I thought that UAE Team Emirates would indeed have the capability of going for it today. Mind those umbrellas, sir. But it's Vingegaard that has just left everyone in his wake. Robbie, unbelievable.
Well, an extremely unorthodox way of approaching a defence of a red jersey. I mean, maybe unorthodox is an understatement. But at the moment, back in that group with Sepp Kuss and Primož Roglic just sitting there, it's almost like some of the other favourites are calling their bluff and say, all right, we're not going to chase him. What are you going to do with this? Because he is taking back a really big chunk of time. But now he's hitting those final steep slopes. This is where it really kicks up again to 15% and above. And waiting for an acceleration to come out of this group, because there's almost everybody just looking at each other, just posturing and waiting for someone to do something.
Yes, we can see Hugh Carty has also moved on here, and not surprising, because we can see, yeah, there's a bit of downtime here, you know, everybody looking at each other. But UAE Team Emirates, Finn Fisher-Black is, you know, coming across to Vingegaard. Looks like he is about to catch him, maybe. But the surprising one is that UAE, they didn't use him to, you know, make the pace to try and keep tabs on Vingegaard here, as we can see. Bauke Mollema is starting to kick on, and that tells that this pace is not rapid at the moment.
Bauke Mollema just pushes on here with, there we are, 54 seconds now is the gap between Vingegaard and the red jersey group, which have completely knocked it back. My goodness, I'm actually wondering whether he might be taking the jersey off the back of Sepp Kuss by the end of today. That would be a remarkable thing. A conundrum almost, guys.
Well, I think Sepp Kuss is hoping that there will be action here out of this group, and we can see here at the moment, you know, Bora Utenbroek's starting to kick on here, and that's what Sepp Kuss needs. Although his teammates out in front, you're still thinking, well, I want to stay in this race, leader jersey. I want to keep this advantage. Hopefully some of the other teams accelerate a bit here.
Goodness me, well, some internal questions to be asked. Maybe Sepp Kuss is tired of doing press conferences as race leader. Maybe it was just a question of who's got the legs to deliver today, and does it really matter who's going to lead this race, provided it's within our team and we're still in the top three? What a conundrum, Robbie.
35 seconds is all that now remains of the lead of Sepp Kuss over his own teammate Jonas Vingegaard. 144 down at the start of the day, and I'm blown away that they're riding it like this. So they're defending a jersey where a guy like Sepp Kuss looks so in control. Now Almeida goes for it, so this should narrow the gap somewhat. And Sepp Kuss, the reaction from him is immediate, straight onto the wheels. Maybe it's the fact of just getting Vingegaard out there to ride for the stage win. Once that sort of looks to be safe, that he tempers his efforts to not encroach too much on Sepp Kuss. Who knows? But I've never seen anything quite like this.
How many times have we said that during this race? Amazing. Well, we're coming to this last sequence of Lassay with 1 kilometre to go. The Flamme Rouge beckoning, and this man has dropped everybody. Finn Fisher-Black looked like he was bridging over, no longer. And here we go, here's your general classification. Virtually speaking, closes that gap. There's a 10-second bonus out the line, and if he attacks this and they ease off behind Sean, he's going to take the lead.
Well, yes, it will be an interesting one, as we can see us kicking off here. And yeah, it's not surprising that you know, some of the other riders were trying something there. Almeida and Roglic goes for it now. But yeah, the question is, we see Vingegaard attacking so early on the climb. They had the, you know, the race leadership. They're in the top three in general classification. It looks like they're not really happy with the situation. And was it a plan going into this stage or going onto this climb? That is the question.
Sepp Kuss rounds a few rivals as well. He's staying in the wheels, however. Primož Roglic, he's not going to chase down Roglic, but essentially Roglic is chasing down the right to stay in second place in this race at the moment. Goodness me, is it inter-team rivalry we're seeing? There's some questions to be asked at the end of the day. Of course, Roglic will say, yeah, it was all part of the battle plan. Whoever felt best towards the end of the day was always going to go for it. That's Hugh Carthy just tying up at the moment, and Roglic kicks again. Sepp Kuss, oh, it's just starting to open up here, and Sepp Kuss is losing the wheel of Ayuso. Meanwhile, Vingegaard is actually heading for the line. It'll take him quite a while to get there, even though there's just over 575 metres to go. He's got the task, of course, of these 15% gradients and a few twists and turns to the line. In fact, the road is just evening out for him. Here we are, it's Mas on the wheel then of Roglic, and just behind him is Ayuso, and here comes Sepp Kuss, but has been distanced. They could not afford to wait for Sepp Kuss. Maybe he was able to say, look, my legs just aren't there today. Well, they certainly are, stuck beautifully on Vingegaard, who pressed go and has actually just left the field behind. And more than that, I think he might actually steal the lead of this race. What a vault forward that would be. Vingegaard starting the day 1 minute and 44 down, add to his gap the 10-second bonus, and he's sprinting it home. This is not a man sitting up thinking, oh, I'll just let my teammate keep hold of the jersey. This is a proper bid for it. Phenomenal. Last 300 metres, Robbie.
Oh, I just can't believe what I've been seeing over the last couple of kilometres, attacking your own man in the race leader's jersey. But Vingegaard came in as one of the absolute leaders of this team, and he is just obviously saying, I'm going to ride to the best of my ability. That's what he's doing.
Jonas Vingegaard, Tour de France champion. Wow, has he actually read the script? That's the big question. It was supposed to be a different rider, surely, for every single one of the Grand Tours. And the emotions are washing over Vingegaard again. This always happens on a big one. So clearly, this is hugely important to him. He's still pedaling to the line. He's not going to celebrate until he comes over the top of it, and does so now. Clock starts to count, and for whom does it toll?